Hey guys, this is Judy with JLBCrafts. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for giving me a try. I'm back with another giant pile of stuff. This is part 2 of my sticker storage video series. The first part we talked about storing odd-sized stickers, and I told you guys I would be back with more, and I am. The bad news is I outlined everything I wanted to cover, and it was way more than I could fit in a video. I try to keep my videos around half an hour long, so we're gonna cut this one off at around half an hour, but don't worry, I promise you I will get to all of this stuff. It just may take more videos than I had planned. So today I want to talk about a burning question that I have seen over and over and over again multiple times every single week, which is, should I take my sticker books apart? I think every planner that goes quick and deep down the rabbit hole wrestles with that question. Should I take my sticker books apart? If you get sucked deep into Happy Planner and you start out of the gate with a bunch of sticker books right away, you will run into this issue. I ran into it myself back several years ago. I guess it's going on about 4 years now. And I did take my sticker books apart, and I did put some of them back together. We all crossed that bridge where we suddenly get an influx of sticker books with a new spring release, and a couple of different things happen. We know we saw that perfect sticker, we look and look and look, and we can't find it, we can't remember which book it was in, or we go ahead and finish our spread, and then like the next day or even an hour later we come across what would have been the perfect sticker that you didn't know you had, or you forgot you had, and it's too late to put it in your spread. So then we think, well, I should take my sticker books apart and group everything together. That's the thought process I went down. I'm an engineer, so you know, logical steps, what are the steps I'm gonna do? I planned it all out. And I ended up putting several back together, and here's why. A sticker book like this, which as you can see, I put it back together. It was punched. A sticker book like this has a very unique color scheme, but it's seasonal. So I thought, hey, I'm putting all my seasonal stickers together. I'll put all the Christmas ones together. I'll just put them in the order of the calendar year. And so I took it apart, and since it has such a unique color scheme, I could not match. I would find a sticker I wanted to use, and I could not match this color palette to save my life. It was just impossible. I mean, look at this kind of earthy Halloween green, so then I found myself digging through all my different pages of stickers trying to find the ones that were originally in this book. Plus, these stickers have all kinds of different holidays all mixed together. So which section do you put this sheet in? Which season? I had basically winter, spring, summer, and fall. And I would just say, okay, this is mostly Christmas, so I'll put it in the Christmas, and I would miss the Easter Bunny, the summer stuff. Same thing, like this is the spring. So then I would have put this in a functional group because of the checklist, and I would miss these. So one of the reasons to not take a sticker book apart, and you can take some of them apart, I mean, you could do whatever you want, but I decided if it had a really unique color scheme, I would be best served by not taking it apart. So this one I ended up just I found a YouTube video. So if you have taken your sticker books apart and you want to put them back together, find a YouTube video that has a flip through of your sticker book. Get ready with your pause button and just go through the flip through a page at a time and find your stickers, and you can put them back together. Another option, something I didn't think about until after it was too late, write the name of the sticker book on the back. So if you are going to take your sticker books apart, write the name of the sticker book that the page came from on the back of the sticker sheet. You can write with just a normal pen or a Sharpie. I didn't do that. Another reason I ended up putting, so for example, I ended up putting this sticker book back together because they came out with multiple color story books 2, 3, 4, 5, I think we're up to. And this was the only one I had taken apart. And so I have them in my sticker bins in a grouping 2, 3, 4. And this one was all taken apart. So I put it back together another way. So this one is put together way better. This one, the pages can flip and turn and move all around because they're loose. I got this. It's called padding compound, and I will link it in the description box. Basically, I just got it off of Amazon. Basically, it's kind of like Elmer's glue, but it dries flexible. So what you do is you take a couple of clips, you put all your pages together, and then you smear this stuff under this. But you smear this stuff, so if I was going to do this one, you put all your pages together with a clip, nice and even as you can get them, nice and tight. Obviously the rubber band would be gone. Just the grouping of pages. You smear or paint this stuff across the top. I just use my fingers. It's non-toxic. I wouldn't eat it, but you just smear this stuff across the top, and you let it dry, and it's flexible. So it's basically the same exact stuff that Happy Planner and everybody else uses when they make their pads. So you can put one back together with this stuff. Like I said, it's called padding compound. It's how you make a pad of paper. So if you are interested in taking your sticker books apart, the first method, the method that I used, I took construction paper, 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I cut it into about 1.5 inch strips. These are a little bit shorter than a page, but it doesn't matter. And then I took normal old glue stick, and I glued here, and I glued all the way around the back of the page. This part went on one side, and then I took a second page and glued all the way around it. So I have a book here that is still intact of my pages. So here you can see a single page that's just glued on there. Like I said, it's a little bit short, but it doesn't matter. It reaches all 9 rings. But then you have pages 2 to a side, and they're stuck together. So this worked fine. You can see my pages are starting to fall apart. And this is a great way to go ahead and do it. I took a lot of my dates and days and dates and words apart and did this. So this way you get twice as 2 pages per little tab. You can do this with tape runner, you can do this with glue stick. The only problem I had with the glue stick is it does dry brittle, so you can hear it cracking. So these eventually started to pop off and come loose because, like I said, this dries brittle. When you flex the page to get a sticker off, it starts to crack and dry and pop off. So depending on how you get your stickers off the page, if you're not flexing the pages a lot, glue stick's definitely the cheapest, the most inexpensive, the most cost-efficient option. And it doesn't always happen. Like you can see, I use some stickers off of this page and it's holding together just fine. But that is an option if you want to make a flip-through sticker book like this. Like I said, just cut inch and a half strips of these of any kind of paper. I would use cardstock. I wouldn't use just normal paper because it is going to get a little bit of wear and tear. And I didn't use the Happy Planner punch on this. I used the Levenger punch. I have a video. If you look at my DIYs, the orange swish videos, my videos are all color coded. There's one that's titled Let's Talk Discs and Punches, and that talks about the depth of the punches. So this is a shallower punch, which is why some of these are starting to pull out of there. So if you're going to take your sticker books apart, that is one way you can put them together. Or yeah, you can, one thing you can do with the pages. So I took a bunch of sticker books apart. These are all the sticker books I took apart. So this was, like I said, several years ago. Lots of older sticker books. You guys may, if you're newer to Happy Planning, you may not have even seen some of these sticker books before. I wanted all my quotes together. Well, I took a lot of the happy memory keeping ones apart for like to put the seasonal stuff together. Teacher books. So the problem I very, very quickly ran into when I took my books apart was, what do I do with a page that's got different stuff on it? So what if it's got, here, let's just look at an example. This is the Planner Basics book. I think you can still get this. It's a no-brainer. This is going to go in your book with like bullet points or icons or whatever. It's a whole page of the same thing. But what do you do with a page that's got, this one's all travel. However, it's got some functional boxes. It's got some bullet points. It's got stuff that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with travel. So how do you organize this? Like which bucket do you put this in, right? Do you put it in fun quotes? Do you put it in functional headers? Do you put it in icons? And so I started to run into, what do I do with a page that's got multiple stuff on it? So then I thought to myself, well, I will put it into the bucket that has the most important thing for me. Like, so I don't do a lot of girls' nights, so I wouldn't really care or be looking for these. I love a good weekend banner though, so I would possibly put this into the weekend banner bucket. So that's one thing. Prioritize, right? So would this go in the quote box? Would this go in the weekend banner box? Would it go in the functional title box? So if you're going to take your sticker books apart, you have a couple things you got to deal with. What do I do with the page? How do I categorize the pages that have multiple things in them? So you build all your buckets, and then what do you do with the pages that have multiples? You could cut them apart, but then you're going to have such an enormous pile of sticker bits that you're going to lose your mind. So prioritize. Of this page, which is the thing that I hunt for the most? For me personally, I would be hunting for weekend banners. I love a good weekend banner. I almost always put a weekend banner in every spread I do. If you watch any of my Plan With Me videos, you know this. It's because I've worked salary Monday through Friday for decades, and the weekends are very important to me, especially when I travel 100% of the time. Weekend is some of the only time I ever get to see my family. So I love a good weekend banner. So those are some of the things you're going to need to think about. Some of the things you're going to have to wrestle with is, this one obviously is going to be, for me at least, weekend banners, because this is mostly weekend banners. But it does have some quotes, right? What happens with the pages that have some empty functional boxes for you to write in and some boxes with quotes? Do you put that in the quote pile, or do you put it in the functional, empty, colorful box pile? So something to think about. One of the options would be to not take the entire sticker book apart, which is kind of where I'm at, I think, currently. So for this one, I could take the bullet point page out. If I'm building a sticker book just of bullet point pages, I could take just the number pages out and add to my book that has for, if you watch my videos, you know that I like to swap out pages with scrapbook paper, which means putting in numbers, putting in days of the week, putting in the months. So to have a book where I've got all the pieces that I need to redate a planner in one place, I could do that. And it would mean maybe pulling out 2 or 3 or 4 of the pages, but not all the pages. Same thing with the alphabet pages. So I showed this. This is my book of just dashboards. One of these teacher books, and I don't remember which one, has alphabet stickers in it. But here's another great example. Like, so do you put this in the weekend banner one? Do you put this in the quote one? Because these are not necessarily traditional weekend banners. But do you put this, again, in the quotes, or do you put it in the to-do lists? Excuse me, I'm talking too much. Oh my goodness. So say you want to build a book that just has pages that have the holidays. You could pull this one page out, just this one, and leave the rest intact. You could pull this one out and add it to your bullet points because it's a solid page just of bullet points. Don't worry, I do have a solution. For me right now, the things that I'm thinking about pulling out is full page stuff. which usually you can find a good full page of bullet points. So I could pull this out. Seasonal stuff. This is actually a good seasonal book. So one of these books has, there we go, these. So I'm thinking right now, I'm truly thinking about going through every sticker book I have and pulling out the alphabet pages, because the random book that has 1 or 2 alphabet pages, I'll never use them. I will never ever use them, even though they might be perfect. Like if I was going to do a baby shower or something, these letters, these pink and purple and blue letters are absolutely perfect. I'll never remember they're here. I'm not going to go hunt for them. I'm going to grab the ones that I can easily grab. So I'm going to grab Fun Alphabets or this book. I might look in through here because I've got some letters and dates already pulled out. And if I can't find it in here, I'm not going to use it. But, you know, a month from now, I'll get that book out and I'll come across those and I'll go, man, those would have been perfect. So, pulling out certain things may be a good first step for you if you're considering pulling apart your sticker books. Incidentally, what I have here, this is a back to school folder that I just cut in half and punched, and I made sure that the punch grabbed the pocket. So the cover for this book is literally a back to school folder, the front half and the back half. And then you can see I've got my pages. So that way I can put loose alphabet stickers in here. I even had, like you saw, these entire sticker books. So I need to go through all my books and pull out all the single pages of alphabet letters. Another thing you might consider, and I am considering this, is combining multiple copies of the same sticker book. So if you guys have watched my videos, you know I love my colorful boxes. So I can tell this is my working copy because I just used a pair of needle nose pliers and I pulled the grommets out so that the book didn't catch. If you store books vertically, like in the Happy Planner storage, when you go to slide the books past each other, they get caught on the grommets, and you can see how peeled up these are. That's from getting caught on the grommets. So I just use a pair of pliers. These are just actually from my jewelry making, my chainmail making kit, and I just pull these out, and then I put the elastic through the top. The color of the elastic helps sometimes. Anyway, so one of the things I could consider doing is combining these 3 books. And for me personally, I would want to pull out this page from all 3, put them together. So I have 3 exact pages matching. Then I would go to this page, and you can see it's very used up, and pull it out. So I would have 3 copies of each page together. So then you can use the Happy Planner. Let's talk about the Happy Planner Create Your Own Sticker Book Kit. Fantastic idea. Definitely got my creative ideas flowing. So let's see what we got here. Let's deconstruct this. So you've got a freebie sheet of stickers. This is just packing. It's nothing. You don't need it. And then the back is, you can tell, if you look at it really closely, it's 2 layers stuck together, hole punched. Okay, and that's so that they can cover up the other side of the grommets. You don't need the rubber band. You don't need the grommets. Like I said, if you store your sticker books vertically, then those are going to be a pain that you're going to have to deal with. So this is one of the baskets from Target, and I will link this in the description box. I linked it in my last video. But you're going to take, I at least am going to take the grommets out of these books anyway, so that they don't catch. So that being said, if I was going to combine 3 sticker books into this one, I'm going to take this off anyway because it's just going to get in my way. So how thick can you go? Obviously you can go, it looks like you could probably go 2 sticker books thick. I wouldn't have to put in my very used pages, but yeah, you could. It's going to be a little bit of a tight squeeze, but you could do that. So if I wanted to go thicker, or if I didn't want to use this, what are my options? Well, as soon as I saw this screw, I recognized it as a scrapbooking post. And you can, or they're also known as Chicago screws. I spent a couple decades ago, in my 20s, I spent a lot of time scrapbooking, and I became very familiar with these. And you can actually buy extensions and make them even longer if your scrapbook is very, very large. So I hopped on Amazon, and guess what I found? And I will link this in the description box. But look at all these sizes, you guys. So it comes with this piece right here, the little screw, in 2 different sizes. And then it comes with this piece, and look how long I got. I can get huge. I could put 7 books together if I wanted to. Whatever will fit on this post. And it tells you right here all your different sizes. But look at, this is exactly what they used. I mean, I can slide this right through here. And there's even room, there's plenty of room there. It doesn't take up the whole space. There's plenty of room for me to fit my rubber band, my piece of elastic back through there as well. So then the constraint becomes this cardboard piece. I'm gonna put this back where it came from so I don't lose it. This, again, this is just cardstock. This is just 2 layers of cardstock. So, all right, in my stash, I have black cardstock. So all I need to do is cut a piece out with a long, nice long top. So I would cut this out as tall as I possibly could. Cut a second layer out if I want to reinforce the back, because this is 2 layers, obviously glued together. Punch my hole in it. Get together all the pages that I want to join. So in this particular case, it would be 3 books worth. Make my folds across the top wide enough to accommodate the height that I want. And then I could either use this cover, or I could go ahead and use some acetate. My Planners Anonymous boxes, which you guys know I love, I go on and on about them, always come with acetate. Who says you can't have a patterned acetate on here, huh? This is silver on one side from the Fierce kit, gold on the other. So I could cut this to the same size, a little tape runner across there, and boom, I can put whatever gorgeous, beautiful acetate I want across there. It's tall enough that direction. So I'm running out of time. I think I'm going to stop at this point and start another video on how and actually document me putting together a set of these books. I've got 3 copies of this one that I really need to go ahead and combine. I've got, if you live in the Pacific Northwest where there are grocery outlets, they carry some of the older sticker books for $6 or $7. So I have several copies of this one, which is great for doing rainbow spreads. I even have 1 copy of the big. And so I've been considering, should I just go ahead and combine the big? And I think I would. I think I would go ahead and put all 4 of these together. So there you go. Those are my thoughts on, should I take apart my sticker books? If I do, what do I do with them? And then we'll get into, on part 4, we'll get into actually making your own sticker book. I will pick one of these. Maybe I'll go ahead and pick the 4. And I will combine them into one sticker book. I'll show you the whole process. So look for that video here. I will try not to leave you guys hanging for too long. I will try to get to that video within the next week or so. I hope you like this video. I hope it gives you some ideas and helps you if you're wrestling with that decision, should I take my sticker books apart or not? If you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you.